Previously on the big game, the loose cannon waited all week to make a move.
So want to push. I so want to push.
And last night, David Fishman finally caught his big break.
I'm not going to let you do this to me again, Phil.
This is officially the sickest hand of the night.
It's like Ali Frazier.
I'm all.
All right, I call. You cracked him like an egg. It's unreal.
Then he shut things down for the rest of the night.
I lay down pocket aces.
You had aces free flop?
While the poker brat was sent to the rail.
What the can I even play in this game? I mean, what the
Tonight, see if the fish can keep his eye on the prize.
Dodging that bullet makes me think I should play one more hand.
Or will all of his dreams come crashing down? It all happens now.
Hi-ya!
This is the PokerStars.net Big Game.
Welcome once again to the big game from Vegas. Alongside Joe Stapleton, I'm Chris Rose, where tonight the excitement level has been turned up a notch in our state-of-the-art poker room with $1 million on the table.
Jason Mercier took Helmuth's seat, but not his chips. It's easy to buy in for $250,000 when you win every single tournament.
09 main event champ Joe Cat has actually rebounded as the week's gone on. Cat had added on twice and is now stuck less than 20 grand.
After a serious ATV accident 2 weeks ago, Phil Locke has been nursing himself back to health, both in life and the big game, finally showing a profit, $2,800.
At one point last night, DW had just $9,600 remaining. He's got a little of it back, but he's still miles away from Profitville.
They call him the businessman. He calls himself Supreme Donkey. Either way, for Bill Perkins, business is good. He's up over 50 grand.
And the loose cannon's David Fishman from Tempe, Arizona. The 35-year-old math teacher survived bone cancer in his early 20s. And before yesterday, his biggest win in a night was $420. Right now, he's up six figures and is with Amanda Leatherman.
David, you have a wife and twins at home. You're up $135,000. How could this change your life?
Mind-blowing. Just mind-blowing. I'm completely numb right now. My kids are secure. I'm going to start funds for my kids. No more teaching summer school.
Amazing.
Vacations every summer.
Describe how you're feeling right now. What are those emotions?
It hasn't fully sunk in yet, so I'm still a little numb. I really just wish my family was here. I wish my wife was here. She had to leave this morning, so she couldn't be here right now with me. I just want to go and just give her a huge hug. But first thing I'm going to do when I get home, her and my kids.
I bet she's going to be happy anyway, even though she's not. She's going to be stoked.
I think she'll be a little happy. Yeah, I think so.
All right, let's see if you can hold on to it.
Thank you.
Loose Cannon staked 100 grand and keeps all money above the initial 100,000. The Loose Cannon who wins the most money at season's end earns a North American Poker Tour passport worth $50K.
Would you like to play with us?
I would.
All right, excellent.
I definitely want to play today.
Did you phone a friend and now you changed your mind?
Feeling a little different today. I don't know.
David is in a comfortable position right now, leading Nadia Magnus by more than $71,000 for the passport, which includes expenses and buy-ins to a series of NAPT events. Chris, you got a wife and two kids. How long is that 130 going to last him?
One word, orthodontics. Action folds to Mercier, who raises. Fishman's out.
Call this hand the Sioux in Houston.
They call it what?
The Sioux.
Perkins calls. Williams
I
out.
played in Houston like 10 times, so.
So you might know what the Sioux is.
Actually, I've never been to Houston, I lied.
Sick, you just got Merce rolled.
Jack 10 suited for lock. Calls.
It's more than that, Phil.
String call.
I knew what you were doing.
Give the guy a break. He's pulling a Jim Abbott over there.
The flop, 8-8-6, grabs everybody's interest.
That's right. No one hits, but everyone's got some of each other's outs.
Lock with a flush draw bets 4,200.
It's a donk bet semi-bluff.
Mercier, a gut shot, folds. Action on Perkins with an open-ender.
Bill Perkins has folded almost zero flops this week.
What you got, Phil?
Best hand. What am I supposed to do, you know?
All right.
Perkins calls.
Gamble.
No gamble, no future.
No gamble, no future.
The turn, 7 of hearts, gives Perkins the upper hand. Action on Locke, who's also picked up a straight draw. Checks.
Now that Perkins actually has something, he has to decide whether it's good enough to bet for value or just try to get it to showdown.
6,000.
That's 6,000.
By betting here, Bill Perkins makes it less likely that Locke will try to bluff the river if he misses.
Locke calls with his flush draw.
It's one of the sloppiest 6,000 calls I've ever seen.
Man's got one arm. Come on.
Oh, yeah.
Cut him some slack.
I forgot. My bad.
The river, Jack of Hearts, gives Locke top pair.
Locke made a hand, but not the one he really wanted.
He checks.
Perkins did get that free showdown if he wants it.
Such a fish. 2 pair.
Me too. Sorry, buddy.
Locke wins a pot of nearly 26K.
Oh, I knew you were. You can rib me now. It's time for the ribbing. Come on, you got me. No, you got me. No, you got me.
So the best hand gets there for the Unabomber as we take a look at the rules of the big game. Each table lasts exactly 150 hands. The action pre-flop is pot limit, then no limit after the flop. Blinds are 2 and 400 with a $100 ante, all of which is paid by the player on the button. And every player begins with at least 100 grand, but can reload for up to $500,000.
Last night we saw the cannon rock up after he turned a 6-figure profit. We'll see if he changes his approach in the home stretch.
Perkins straddled, Williams double straddled, so action on Locke.
Me and David Fishman are on lockdown. Right?
Oh, yeah, Phil? You're
LDP, lockdown
on
poker.
lockdown, Phil?
Yep, LDP.
LAAK down poker.
Yeah, my little package.
Action folds to Mercier. Ace tray. Raises to 4,700. Fishman. Pocket pair.
He folded aces and kings pre-flop last night to protect his lead.
Not even taking it out of neutral here. Perkins is out. Williams. Ace 4.
Raise pot.
Re-raises.
Looks like a crazy move with ace-4, right? Yeah, I know. That's what I was thinking. But Williams probably realizes that since Fishman's on lockdown, Mercier's going to raise his big blind extra super light.
How much do you have? 20 more?
Mercier folds.
Almost played like a no-limit hand. You had to straddle to make it happen.
Yeah.
Well, earlier this week, we noticed Williams was playing very aggressively and wondered, Joe, if he would keep it up.
Well, David is currently second in both VPIP and 3-betting percentages, and while he leads the table in pots 1, he's been, as Phil Hellmuth described, a train speeding downhill who's not good at putting the brakes on.
Hasn't exactly paid off for Williams, who's stuck over 65K.
Yeah.
There was a ping pong table at Panorama, and then it disappeared. I don't know where it went, but I
Where,
wanted
in the
back
gym?
Somewhere. There was one in the gym in the Tower 1. And I want to put that thing on it where you can hit the balls continuously, like the little machine shoots them out. Yeah, but then when the balls, as long as you get some of them back there, it refuels and it just keeps going. So you can just be a manic.
giant net.
Yeah. I want to, that's
And it's also good for like when you're practicing like.
one specific kind of thing that's weak on your, like a backhand.
What you do is you put a whole like tons of balls like right in front of you, press all your serves right into it, and then start the machine and like hit it back and practice all your serves again.
Oh, that's cool.
Joe Cata is actually a disgusting ping pong player, and Mrs. Cata, cover your ears, but beer pong as well.
Well, her son folds. Mercier, pair fours. Raises. Fishman, out.
Fishman, Foldman.
Perkins calls. Ace-Jack for David Williams.
It's a better hand than the last one he raised with.
He calls.
He's out of position to the original raiser, and he's got one caller in front of him.
3 to the flop. Deuce, tray, 7, 2 spades. Perkins with a flush draw.
Check.
He checks. Williams checks.
It's tough to flop only one overcard with 4s, and there are some draws Jason can get value from.
Mercier bets 3,300.
The only thing the businessman folds is the Wall Street Journal. Even then, he still probably reads it online.
He raises to 10,500. That gets Williams out of the way.
If Jason's been following the action, he knows how aggressive Perkins has been, and with that reputation, his semi-bluffs are going to work less often on these wet boards.
The reality of this moment is hitting David Fishman, who's up 3 times his yearly salary right now. This hand continues with Mercier making the call. The turn. King of spades gives Perkins a flush.
Perkins gets there. You know, I usually say there's no crying in poker, but in this case, I think it's understandable.
Agreed. Perkins bets $15,000. That gets Mercier to lay it down. Bill Perkins has turned a profit of almost $47,000.
It's starting to sink in a little bit.
And that's what this experience is all about. If you want a shot at this kind of life-changing money and become a loose cannon, just log on to PokerStars.net. They're free qualifying tournaments every day. We're back with more after this.